This is the new Nissan GT-R, and it's a bit like Toblerone. You see, it might not look all that new on the outside, but when you open it up, you find that it has changed. Thankfully, unlike the Toblerone, which has gone all thin at the top so that wimps can eat it without hurting their mouths, you feel like you're getting more with the GT-R. So you're getting improved aerodynamics, you're getting improved suspension, there is more power from the engine, but all this does come at a cost. The biggest change perhaps for this car though is on the inside, and it's very, very welcomed. You see, the old GT-R just felt a bit cheap on the inside, but this one has a completely new dash on it. So yeah, I mean, quality is good. We've got leatherette up here and up here, and the design's nice as well. It's very easy to find out where all the controls are, and it looks way more modern. Now, I don't think the quality in this car is quite as good as in a Porsche 911 Carrera 4, but you do get more kit as standard on this GT-R. So this one, the only option is actually the orange paint scheme, whereas with the Porsche, you're going to end up spending about 10 grand on options to get it exactly the way you want it. So for instance, I've got like an 11-speaker Bose sound system, and it's absolutely wicked. You've got an automatic gearbox as standard. That brings us on to the infotainment system. So it's 8 inches, and yeah, it's a touchscreen. It's very easy to use and to program the sat-nav. I quite like it. This particular model I'm sat in is the Recaro version, and it costs 2 grand more than the base car, but you do get these wonderful Recaro sport seats, and they are super comfy. They hold you in place when you go around corners quickly, and they're just relaxing when you're on the motorway. So yeah, this is not meant to be the world's most practical car, but it does have some rear seats. I'm going to show you what they're like. Ooh. Now, all the fanboys will be busy commenting, going, Matt, what are you doing getting into the back of the GT-R? Show us it being hauled around a track. But let's say you want to give your mate a lift somewhere, you can just about do it. And there is a bit more space in the back of this than there is in a Porsche 911. Though, yeah, you don't want to go far. So let's just move on. Actually, there is one other item of practicality we need to discuss. So this car, it has a boot. It's big enough to fit a suitcase in. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Now, the thing about the GT-R has always been the way it just manages to go around corners at ludicrous speeds for something that weighs around 1,800 kilos. Oh, a bit of air. I mean, it's completely bonkers. And yeah, lazy motoring journalists will say that it defies the laws of physics, but of course it doesn't. Nothing defies the laws of physics. But it certainly is a bit like the Higgs boson, because I have no idea how it managed to do what it does. It's just incredible. And speaking of the God particle, it makes you feel like a driving car, this car. It's so easy to drive fast. Thing is though, the problem with the GT-R has always been the fact that there's a price to pay for that handling. You see, the old car was always a pain to live with, but Nissan has listened to customers, and it's made this one much more civilized when you're just cruising around. So if I put everything like the differential into normal mode, put the stability control into normal mode, and I'm going to put the dampers into comfort mode, it's actually not too bad. It rides over bumps all right for such a sporty car. The old one, well, you used to feel like you were getting your backside pummeled if you're driving down a bumpy road, but this one, it's way better. It's also not as noisy as it used to be to travel in, because Nissan uses some clever sound cancelling software which apparently drowns out like road and tyre roar, but doesn't drown out the engine noise, which is a good thing. Nissan has also given the 3.8 litre V6 twin-turbo engine an extra 20 horsepower, taking the total to 570 horsepower. Wow, I mean, this engine is amazing. And the gearbox as well, when you got it in manual mode, it just bang, 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 just changes gears so fast. Thing is, if you're in auto and you put your foot down, here we go. There we go, we're going now. The gearbox hesitates ever so slightly in automatic mode, which is a bit of a shame on an otherwise excellent package. Interesting thing though about the whole car is that Nissan hasn't actually quoted a 0 to 62 time on it. So I'm just going back to our base here. I'm going to stop and try and set one myself. And to do that, all right, here we go. I'm going to put everything into race mode. You just put your foot on the brake, and with your right foot, you just floor the throttle, and then let go of the brake. My gosh! So let's see how fast that was.
3 seconds dead.
Oh, in case you're wondering what the MPG is on this car, it's supposed to do around 23, 24. I'm getting 13.2. So what? It's GTR, what are you expecting?
There are some other problems with this car. Here's 5.
Driving around in something that looks like this makes you feel as vulgar as wandering past a school in crotchless wire fronts. The central armrest is all the way back here, so you end up resting your arm on the handbrake. This £80,000 performance car doesn't have any gas struts for the bonnet, so you have to prop it up like you would a cheapest Chips Micra. This thing has the turning circle of Africa, and so making a U-turn takes absolutely ages, and that's long enough for you to be spotted by fanboy Instagrammers. Get out my way. Stop taking photos of my car. Well, Nissan's car, not mine. According to Nissan, the electronic stability control off mode is only to help you get out of snow or mud. If you turn it off and the car has a mechanical fault and Nissan finds out that you've been drifting, yeah, they won't pay to fix the car. It invalidates the warranty.
Don't worry, Nissan. According to my director, this is not actually drifting, as I don't have enough slip angle. Anyway, here are 5 cool things about the GTR.
Each engine is hand-built by one of only 5 Takumi master craftsmen. This one was built by a chap called Hiroyuki Ichikawa. The car's onboard computer can show all sorts of geeky stuff, so I can see things such as my accelerating G-force, my braking G-force, my cornering G-force. Oh my God, I'm really boring, aren't I? This latest GTR has been given a stronger bonnet, so it deforms less when you're doing the car's 196 mph top speed. Wait a minute. I can still bend it. When you move the steering wheel up and down, the dials move with it. Look at that. But they're never obscured. Brilliant. The Nismo version of the GTR is the 3rd fastest series production car round the Nürburgring. What the heck was that for?
You said if you mention the Nürburgring in any video, we get to kick you in the arse.
Ah, I guess I did. So then, my overall verdict on this car: should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, it depends on your point of view. If you don't like the look of it, just avoid it. If you do like the look of it, I reckon you should just go right ahead and buy it. It's an amazing machine. Really good fun. And I'm kind of can't really figure out how to end this, so I'm just going to go.